talking about guest speakers. The Downtown Development Authority and community groups are more than happy to provide a forum to a local business owner willing to share his expertise at no charge. And also, the last recommendation we'll make is consider supporting local organizations and sponsor possibly at a tournament at the many golf courses around the area.
These are the websites we used. I don't know if you guys want to watch the video that Groundworks shared with us. I don't know if we have the time for that, but that did a great video. It's like 2 minutes long.
Now you guys know how I feel. Sorry about that.
Sometimes, like at other offices, you're in a cubicle and it's a little constricted. This is just a wide open canvas, and you have the opportunity to have conversation with people.
For a lot of people, it's hard for them to work at home because they tend to get bogged down with little things like, oh, my dog's barking at the mailman, or oh, maybe I should repaint those cabinets. Things that aren't related to business sometimes. At Groundwork, that's not a problem. You come in, you're actively doing business, you're engaged, you can get focused.
From a business perspective, being a member of Groundwork is great for 2 reasons. One is it's super cost efficient, and the second is you really become a part of the fabric of the entrepreneurship and creative community around here in the South Coast.
When I'm at Groundwork, I feel synergy. There's a lot of good synergy and energy, and there's a lot of creative folks and people that are motivated and active, and to be around that energy is contagious.
I love being able to connect to the other members, and whether it's just sharing lunch with somebody or really sharing ideas and getting to know other people.
If you're an entrepreneur or a creative person that's working by yourself at home or in an environment that is not conducive, and you can work remotely, this is the ideal place to do that because you're going to connect with people from all walks of business and all walks of life.
Groundwork is great with the fast 5G network, printing capabilities, a kitchen to use,
Coffee's always fresh, coffee's always hot, snacks.
conference rooms, team meeting rooms.
Find somebody to play ping pong with, shoot some darts really quick, or just like wrap an idea off with somebody. There's always somebody around to talk to, which is a big benefit, and I think it's actually one of the perks of co-working. It's easier to work out when you're working out in a gym, and it's easier to work here at Groundwork. If you're not a member of Groundwork, you should be.
Groundwork's a great place, and you should definitely come check it out.
Come by, come join, and add your energy to the space.
Thank you for your time.
So time for questions. Questions? Questions?
Yeah.
So can I like go there as a student? Is it like a monthly fee that I have to pay, or like if I want to bring a group there, or like, pay for the group?
There's a membership fee. There's one free day where you can try it out. And they're mostly businesses. There's some single people that work there. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that.
Yeah, we also offer 10% off to students. That's like our student rate. We're trying to figure out an actual student membership right now. But
Just like,
yeah.
out of curiosity, what is it like for a month?
Per month, there's different tiers of membership. So it's from $30 a month to $100 to $200 to $250. And to drop in, your first day is free, and then it's $25 a day. And as a member or as a day member, you get one guest, so you can bring a friend. That's all.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Who else?
So your reference list at the end. So your ideas, you know, the things you were recommending and suggesting were drawn from other co-working spaces, or just give me a sense of.
Mostly our experience. What we originally did when we first got the assignment was we explored the towns that we were going to look into. So we physically went through the towns, drove around, each like targeted our own town, and we just looked at places that we thought would fit with Groundworks, and then we just kind of came up with ideas just creatively on our own, like the trail. We were like thinking about that, and then we went online and did research on those things after we had come up with the ideas.
We almost felt like we were putting the cart before the horse, researching the towns before we actually had ways to get it into the towns. So although it seemed different from where we were first going, how to do it in each town instead of just going to these places and saying, hey, this is a good place for you guys to put a flyer. Like, we wanted to get the whole path laid out, even if it meant narrowing up the size of the community we were trying to project.
And the 3 towns were?
The 3 main ones we were looking at was Dartmouth, Westport, and Farrington. No,
Mattapoisett.
We were kind of looking at all of them.
Yeah,
but we changed,
originally.
Originally we were looking at all of them. We still kind of are looking at all of them, but we're focusing not so much on the town itself, but the outlet. So like radio will broadcast to these towns. Like it's gonna broadcast this area, trails. We looked at trails in several different towns. We weren't so focused on just these towns. We were focused on more just expanding wide, not specific areas.
And now we can take these tools and apply it to other towns very easily. Once it's
yeah, and I was just so the trails is interesting, and that popped in.
That came to us like the other day. We were just
popped into your head because because you were thinking about the type of people that maybe are at Groundworks.
We were having a hard time reaching those more because South Dartmouth is
Yeah.
very rural. It's all open and more farm town versus New Bedford, which is a very compact, condensed area, which is great for Groundworks. But we want to reach those other people too. That like there's so many people out there, but they're just hard to reach. So we were trying to think
Right.
of more ways to reach them.
Right. Where did they get their information and all that? Yeah. And Dartmouth has a huge, extensive network of trails and things like that.
Yeah.
That people make use of in all different ways, forms and functions. Other questions? Sue? I mean, Dean, sorry. Sarah.
I don't really have any questions. I really like that idea of the trails. I think a lot of our members now actually are outdoors kind of people.
Yeah.
They're like biking, hiking.
That's like the vibe we got there.
Yeah, they're into creating like a lifestyle that's healthy. So that was a great idea that we've never done. So.
Good. Some stuff just comes to you, right? Some of your marketing classes that you might have had. Thank you.